Li Bai arrived in Chang'an. At that time, Chang'an was the largest city in the world. With over 100 districts, the area where we live today is called Changlefang. It had 11 major north-south roads and 14 major east-west roads, making it extremely bustling. The Prime Minister, Zhang Yue, was known for his appreciation of talent and liked to recommend people. Li Bai went to meet Zhang Yue, but Zhang Yue said, "I'm no longer in charge. You should meet my son." Li Bai then met Zhang Yue's son, Zhang Ji. After their conversation, Zhang Ji thought Li Bai was very capable. However, Zhang Ji was not very honest and was quite envious of talented people. He told Li Bai, "I'll arrange a place for you, but it will be a shortcut to Zhongnan Mountain." Zhang Ji said, "There are few opportunities in Chang'an. I'll arrange for you to stay at the villa of Princess Yuzhen at Zhongnan Mountain. If you get to know Princess Yuzhen, she can recommend you, and you'll have no problem. You can stay at her villa and wait." Li Bai was very pleased and went to the villa at the base of Zhongnan Mountain. When he arrived, he found the place in poor condition, with peeling walls and only 2 elderly cooks who didn't know how to read. Li Bai spent half a year with the cooks, staying there until winter when the snow fell. Eventually, he couldn't endure it any longer, and realized he had been deceived. Zhang Ji had completely forgotten about him. Later, after leaving Princess Yuzhen's villa, Li Bai returned to Chang'an, but found himself without a place to stay. He decided to leave the capital and went to Binzhou, today's Binzhou, Shanxi. There, he found a large Buddhist temple which I once visited. In Binzhou, he met Likan, and for Li Bai, anyone with the surname Li was considered a relative. Li Bai stayed with Likan, enjoying free food and drink. During that time, officials from various regions were quite wealthy and lived extravagantly, often hosting poets and other guests. They were pleased to support someone like Li Bai, who could compose poetry for their banquets, so they generously funded him. However, Li Bai felt discontented. His ambition was to achieve great things, but he ended up as a mere embellishment at others' feasts. He referred to himself as a literary beggar, which was quite poignant. A literary beggar is someone who survives by selling their literary works, barely scraping by. In reality, Du Fu also spent much of his life in such a situation. After staying with Likan for a while, Li Bai decided to leave. Likan recommended him to go to Fangzhou, near today's Yan'an. He spent some time with Sima Wang Song there, leaving behind many poems, though they were not particularly outstanding. In the spring of 731, Li Bai returned to Zhongnan Mountain and wrote the poem A Song of an Autumn Midnight in the vicinity of Chang'an. The poem goes, "A slip of the moon hangs over the capital. 10,000 washing mallets are pounding, and the autumn wind is blowing my heart, for ever and ever toward the Jade Pass. Oh, when will the Tartar troops be conquered, and my husband come back from the long campaign?" Li Bai began to pay attention to the suffering caused by wars, and wrote this poem in reflection. When he returned to the capital at the end of winter, Li Bai had a confrontation with some local ruffians on the road and nearly got killed. Relying on his martial arts skills and swordsmanship, he fought back, but he was outnumbered and almost lost his life. Fortunately, he was rescued by patrol officers. At that time, Li Bai thought, why do these petty thugs get to flaunt their wealth and live extravagantly, while someone like me, with real talent, can't find a place to showcase my abilities? He was deeply frustrated and wrote a poem called The Hard Road at a Friend's Banquet. This poem, known as The Hard Road, was written during his most difficult times in Chang'an. Pure wine costs, for the golden cup, 10,000 coppers a flagon, and a jade plate of dainty food calls for 1,000,000 coins. I fling aside my food sticks and cup. I cannot eat nor drink. I pull out my dagger. I peer 4 ways in vain. I would cross the Yellow River, but ice chokes the ferry. I would climb the Taihang Mountains, but the sky is blind with snow. I would sit and poise a fishing pole, lazy by a brook, but I suddenly dream of riding a boat, sailing for the sun. Journeying is hard. There are many turnings. Which am I to follow? I will mount a long wind someday, and break the heavy waves, and set my cloudy sails straight, and bridge the deep sea. This poem was written during his confinement in Chang'an. In 732, Li Bai felt he could no longer stay in Chang'an and decided to return home. However, returning home no longer meant going to Jiangyu. With a wife and children, he was heading back to Anlu. On his way home, he passed through Bianzhou and went to Mount Song to look for Zhao Lianshi, a well-known Taoist rumored to be practicing there. After searching for a long time and not finding Zhao Lianshi, he instead found Yuan Danqiu, who happened to be practicing on Mount Song. Yuan Danqiu told him, "I'm looking for him too. If we can't find him, let's explore together."